Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you shouted for joy yet? Have you shouted for joy to God by faith? It is not by feelings, but because we know those precious truths, so we shout for joy by exercising our faith. We shall shout for joy and sing to God by faith. You see how we are loved by God with His tender loving care. He cares for our big and little matters. He is responsive to us. Brothers and sisters, I encourage you to shout for joy, to live by faith, to rejoice and be glad by faith. I'd like to sing a hymn with you in God's Family Hymnal, the 10th, Psalm 215. Enter and enjoy in Canaan. Press on towards the goal.
Tried all things by the beloved, from the wilderness into Canaan. Giant's fortress battle we face, by heart is restful, be boastful. The only thing I have to press on toward the goal, enjoy the love with the Lord, live and accomplish His will.
I was deeply impressed while singing this song. I'm the one who took up the task. My life is so different before I believed the Lord. Now I know the way. I know where I shall devote my life. I have a goal. Unlike in the past, I didn't have a dream, and I didn't know what I want. But if you ask me, what is your dream? My dream is to be the closest with the Lord, and to build the church after the Lord's heart. And I know for sure that the enemies will attack and disturb me along this journey. What we need most is the Lord, and we shall exercise our faith to trust in the Lord. He paves my path of life with His goodness and mercy. I firmly believe and agree in it. Though my life hasn't finished yet, I can say, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, as David. I hope I can trust in the Lord firmly. I have the full confidence in Him to follow Him faithfully. Let us trust in the Lord hand in hand to march on by faith. Shall we sing this hymn again? And let's worship the Lord after singing.
Tried all things by the beloved, from the wilderness into Canaan. Giant's fortress battle we face, by heart is restful, be boastful. The only thing I have to press on toward the goal, enjoy the love with the Lord, live and accomplish His will.
Lord, thank you. You pave our life journey with goodness and mercy. You planned carefully the ups and downs in our life. Not that you leave us to face it on our own, but you are holding our hands to walk through our life. We will see you gloriously. Thank you, for we have the chance to love you in return. May you bless us that we will follow you with loyalty. Whether it is going to be the north wind or south wind, let us lean on you closely to march forward with faith. Grant us a desiring heart for these days. Help us to understand your heart more. May you help me and the whole church are often accompanied by you to enjoy you as our life and still stand firm after all these. O Lord, may you bless us. Now it's your turn to stop and quiet yourself before God. Let's have a close chat with Him or sing Him a song. It is so precious to have enough time to draw near the Lord. You can stop the recording now or wait until you finish. then you draw near the Lord. May the Lord bless you. Brothers and sisters, we'll read in Song of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 7. Shall we read the verse? Behold, this is the litter of Solomon. Around it are 60 mighty men, some of the mighty men of Israel. Beside the point, sometimes I like to read just one verse, for I can concentrate on the meditation. There are one or two things attract my heart, but there are a lot to attract my heart if I read the whole chapter. Thus, I would suggest to read the Bible slowly, and if you just read one verse, there's only one or two things attract you, then you can take time to think deeper and enjoy it. Especially, you can communicate with the Lord on those points. Then you can enjoy the presence of the Lord easily, for you have set your mind and concentrate to the Lord. Firstly, I'd like to share my general impression about this verse. In verse 6, the darling came up from the wilderness, and the beloved came to fetch her. It is very clear in this verse. Behold, it is the litter of Solomon. So he came to marry his darling, and he was surrounded by 60 mighty men. I thought of the Lord is accountable for our journey of the wilderness to the end. His presence is with us day and night. He is our commander. He has won the victory. He runs before us. He will guide us to pass through the wilderness, all the treacherous matters, until we see his face. It's good that not only we have the presence of the Lord day and night, and there are mighty men as well, the mighty men of Israel, who are safeguarding us. We might face many lions and wolves on our journey to the heavenly home, the evildoers and robbers, or in the middle of nowhere, or sometimes there is the drastic change of the situation. But we can be restful. We have the angel of the Lord to protect us and take care of us. Truly, his grace is sufficient for us. We can face all things with the Lord, to walk on our journey with peace, to toil night and day. We are remarkably well seasoned until we see him face to face in the clouds. We see these ranks of people, just like the triumphant return of the army. It's so beautiful. The Lord will come and take the church up in the clouds on that day. We will meet him, since he is here to welcome us. The victorious Lord makes a triumphant return. Have you ever think why the Bible mentioned the church will be caught up into the clouds? Why don't we go straight to the third heaven? Go straight to the heavenly home? Why do we have one stop to meet him in the clouds? Do you think there is a meaning behind? You can think about it, or you can ask the Lord why. You're welcome to write your comment and share your impression to me. I hope I'm not the only one who share, but have the communication with you. Let me share with you what is my impression for this verse. First of all, behold, this word truly can catch your attention. What are we looking at? If someone said, "Hey, look," I think we would turn around and take a look. Or someone say, "Hey, watch out." Surely you will stop and look for what's going on and be careful. Hence it mentioned, behold. It helps my heart to come back to the Lord. I have to pay attention on him. The word behold means you shall stop and take notice. We shall stop and to pay attention on the Lord always, not just looking at the situation and what has happened, but we shall look at the mercy and goodness of the Lord in behind. And most likely this sentence was spoken by the daughters of Jerusalem, or a passer-by so-and-so, for it was a magnificent parade at that moment, and they have never seen it in their life. At least there were two aspects. Firstly, there were mighty men around the litter. What a big scene! And this was a spectacular litter. It was a litter of the king. Of course, it was an extraordinary. It declared there is the spiritual battle in the heavenly journey. But the Lord has won, and he will reveal into the glory with his bride. I give thanks to the Lord that we are triumphant with the Lord. We are passing through the dark with the Lord, to welcome the brilliant daybreak. I'm sure you're all very familiar to fetch the bride with the litter, for this is the traditional practice for the wedding in the East. Very often it is the common practice to use the litter for picking up the bride. And even now they're still using the litter nowadays in some countryside of China. There is a party of the bridegroom who go to the bride's home to escort her back to the bridegroom's house. The bridegroom will ride on a horse and go slowly through the streets and alleys, and the villagers are attracted to come and watch. You see, it is quite similar here, with Solomon to come to marry his bride. It's so precious. The Lord wants to show to the whole universe that the church is his love. We are his bride. I could imagine those girls who were watching are envy of the one who was sitting in the litter. They must wondered, who is that? She is so blessed indeed. Do you find it so treasurable to be the Lord's darling love? It is worthy for you to shout for joy every day. Truly, we are so blessed. We are the leads of the Lord's love dream. We are not the bystanders who are standing and envious for those who is blessed, but we are the center of the whole universe. We is referred to Abba, the Lord, the Holy Spirit, and us. That we are no longer just the Trinity God. We are included as well. We shall shout for joy. It's so happy. We are the perfect match of the Lord. It is more than I can ever dream of. It is the Lord who has finished all for us. He is dedicated to love us forever and ever. He is so happy. You shall shout for joy. Let's give him a big hand. Let's celebrate, for you are the Lord's darling. Let's talk about this litter, for it's going to have the description of how special is this litter. There is only a seat in the Chinese litter, but you can lay on this litter. Hence, the other version is interpreted as couch, and there is no wheel for the litter. Thus, it is carried by men. So you know why the mighty men are needed, for you need to have enough manpower to take turns for carrying the litter. Not only you need them to safeguarding the king, but it is possible other personnel like the virgins and the musicians are involved, then I don't know. For someone is needed to serve the bride. I also thought of, after I believed the Lord, the wilderness which I came across in my life. I've experienced the help and protection from the Lord and his angels over and over again. And I also thought the Lord has arranged many helpers for me, to serve me, to teach me, to guide me. It's so treasurable. After I believed the Lord, not only the battles, but also many experiences which are so sweet, and they are the unforgettable memories for me. Have you think of anyone in your life whom you have to give thanks? Though you may not be able to give thanks in person, you can pray for him or her and to thank God. Brothers and sisters, it's so abundant. We have the Lord, the church. Even the wilderness can be the place of our happiness. He is able to turn the desert into the pool. He is able to open the way in the wilderness. He is able to make the valley of Baca to a place of springs. Brothers and sisters, let us walk through the wilderness hand in hand, with joy and gladness, to accomplish the will of the Lord and to see his face gloriously. I will finish my sharing here. I hope you enjoy your day. The Lord has the beautiful plan for you today, and to welcome you with His wonderful arrangement. May you enjoy it with full confidence. You can quiet yourself before the Lord if you have time. Pour out your heart before Him. May the Lord bless you.